visiting my channel. Please like and subscribe and you'll be notified when the next video is broadcast. Now that Starship Flight 6 is in the history books after a semi-successful flight, the question is why the Super Booster 13 made a soft splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico. Also, how Starship 31 performed during orbital flight and re-entry. The main issue of what happened with the failure of the Super Booster 13 was that it didn't return to the launch chopsticks. A comment on X between Space Suitor and Elon Musk, where they're playing a game. You know, Elon Musk is always a famous gamer. And it's on X. It was captured on X, which Musk provided simple information of why the catch was aborted. From that comment, it stated that from Musk that communication was lost between the booster and the tower, and with that communication was being steady connected, it was aborted. So SpaceX Flight Control made a decision to switch to default landing into the Gulf to avoid a risk of damaging the launch tower. This was a sign of caution. Even video showed that the booster was still capable of landing on the launch tower using the chopsticks. Next is Starship 31 with a test payload of a stuffed
banana.
Kill me.
along with their first test fire demonstration and success of one of the Raptor 2 rocket engine in orbit. I mean, just to to verify that the equipment is able to restart in space and suborbital. On the re-entry, this is what SpaceX did totally different. They purposely used less heat shield material protection and changed the direction for the Starship to re-enter in the atmosphere at a steeper angle. This attempt is pushing the limit of Starship Block 1 design, which is the last model of the series. SpaceX believed that Starship Block 1 could break up or burn up at this angle. However, to much of their surprise, even with the low protection provided on that Starship, the craft was able to survive re-entry. It was pretty amazing. After surviving re-entry to the Earth's atmosphere over the Indian Ocean during daylight time for the first time, as a result, Starship onboard cameras and was transmission data and video from Starlink, allowing both Starship and on the Indian Ocean to view the landing splashdown for much better accuracy and give everybody a much more clearer view on how the ship performed when it was landing. It was pretty remarkable. The next scheduled Starship Flight 7 was a mystery around early 2025 using the upgraded Block 2, which is either using the Raptor 2 or the new Raptor 3. This upcoming flight will duplicate Flight 5 and 6 booster to verify communication between booster and tower stay connected. A recent email document has appeared that may have leaked of information about Starship Flight 7, dated for January the 11th, 2025. This information is very hard to verify from several media news source. For up-to-date information from SpaceX may clarify the exact scheduled flight launch of Starship 7. What's up with Blue Origin New Glen rocket? Will have no launch date or static fire test or any dress rehearsal of anything. And it's sitting on LC-36 in Cape Canaveral, ready to go. It is sitting there. Maybe Blue Origin is probably testing the software. They may be testing the rocket, make sure it communicates with the tower, make sure that the rocket, the first stage and second stage, may be able to communicate. Actually, I mean, they be putting off the time schedule when they're going to launch this rocket. First is November. Now they say December, but I believe they may not make it to December. It could be sometime in 2025, or so it depends on how they're going to address it, because they got a lot of projects, ambition on this rocket, and never be ambitious on it. But hey, they made that choice. But since that rocket's been there on the platform at LC-36 since November the 21st, and hey, it's been there. And like, they got to do the P's and Q's and make sure everything is ready to go, make sure everything is tested, make sure all the software is tested. But the rocket is powered by the BE4 engines, 7 of them in combination. They are powered by liquid oxygen and liquefied natural gas. The second stage of New Glen is a BE3 engine. 2 BE3 engines are powered by liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. Just like SpaceX, they want to achieve reusability. Everybody expect that New Glen supposed to be reusable. They got their New Shepard. It is a reusable rocket. They're able to launch it to suborbital flight, come down, there it goes. But this is the first time this rocket will be launching. But if this rocket is successful, and we have no way of knowing how this rocket will land. Would it return to the platform is designated, or they're planning to land it on a floating platform that they built as a bigger landing platform, like a drone. Actually, there is a bigger drone platform in the ocean called Jocelyn, named after Jeff Bezos' mother. Either if this rocket launch and it launched successfully, how would the rocket land? Would it land back to a designated platform on the surface, or their attempt to land it on a floating platform named Jocelyn, after Jeff Bezos' mother? If this rocket is successful, they may have to repeat it at least 2 to 3 times or more to satisfy the potential customers, NASA, that this rocket is reusable, and expect a lower cost of reusing this rocket. And then that's the name of the game. If you have a big rocket, you're able to recover it, you can reusable. You may lose the second stage, that's fine, but the goal is to recover the booster and reuse it again at a later time on the next flight. But I hope that this rocket is successful in landing either on a landing platform or an ocean drone platform. If that's successful, that'd be awesome. And I pray it does not end in a spectacular explosion by landing, crashing on the drone, or crash land on the surface, because time will tell. But I believe that the best option for Blue Origin, they got to see how this rocket perform. If the engine's performing right, if everything performing right, if the first stage perform okay, is the second stage perform okay, if the rocket return back, if it's incapable of landing the platform, let it splash on the ocean, and then you guys recover it and see what's going on, what computer, what program is causing some issues with it. Hey, and then try it again. But anyway, if they're successful with this, they might have to at least try it for a couple times before they feel comfortable. But unfortunately, Blue Origin is Blue Origin. They make some statement. They say they're going to do this. Hey, is what it is. But anyway, this is to conclude this video. Please feel free to comment, express your opinion, and I will see you next time.